So, Rose, how are you?
Not well. I have a serious problem.
Please, tell me, what exactly is your problem?
The situation at my workplace is unbearable.
Why is that?
I don't know why, but everybody hates me.
Come on, Rose, you are exaggerating.
No, I'm not. My colleagues hate me. The secretary hates me. The accountant hates me. The cleaning lady hates me. And do you know who hates me the most?
No.
Mr. Gradgrind.
Oh, Mr. Gradgrind, your boss.
You should see what dirty looks he gives me. Sometimes I think he would like to kill me.
I understand, Rose. The problem is probably not as serious as you think. You could try being more flexible.
That can be useful, but not with them.
You could listen to them more carefully. Maybe there is just a misunderstanding.
The problem is that they don't even talk to me.
You could do something nice. I don't know. Buy flowers for the secretary and the cleaning lady. A bottle of wine for your colleagues.
That might be a good idea, but I'm not keen on doing such things.
You could invite them to your place for dinner sometime.
No way. I'd rather find another job.
I'm afraid that this attitude won't help you to solve your problem.
Why do you think so?
Hi and welcome. Do any of you have problems with colleagues? Well, I think that's quite a common problem, right? During this workout, we are going to talk about it. Today, we are going to learn about expressing reservations and rejecting suggestions. As you have seen, Rose visits Dr. Frazier because she has a serious problem at work. The problem is, remember? Yes, that everybody hates her. Her colleagues, the secretary, the accountant, the cleaning lady, and most of all, her boss. Do you think this is true? I don't know. However, Dr. Frazier is very patient and offers some suggestions in order to help her solve her problem. Unfortunately, Rose is very uncooperative. First, Ray suggests trying to be more flexible, and Rose answers, that could be useful, but not with them. You can also say, that is good advice, but, and the problem is that when Ray suggests to her to make a kind gesture, like buying flowers for the secretary, Rose rejects his suggestions. Can you remember what she says? I will help you. I am not keen on doing such things. Keen means very interested, desirous to do something. For example, they were keen to start work, and he's keen on martial arts. Ray makes some other suggestions, and Rose replies, no way, an expression used to tell someone that something is out of the question. And I'd rather find another job, meaning that she would prefer to find another job instead of following Ray's advice. Do you think that Rose is going to solve her problem? I doubt that very much. That's all for this session. See you next time for another workout. Bye.
Well, you've told me about your immediate family. Today I'd like you to tell me about the rest of your family. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins.
Do you want to know about my brothers and sisters?
No, you're an only child, John.
Just checking your memory.
Right. Well, what can you tell me about your family?
Well, let's see now. My family. We have a tradition of hairdressers in my family. My grandfather, on my mother's side of the family, was a hairdresser. My uncle Len, my mother's brother, is a hairdresser. I'm a hairdresser. Oh, and my father's cousin, Wendy, is a hairdresser.
What a lot of hairdressers.
Yep, all hairdressers.
Do you get on with your uncle?
Yes, we get on like a house on fire. He's like the older brother I never had.
And what can you tell me about your grandfather?
Oh, he died a few years ago. He was very affectionate and loyal to his family. You know, he met my grandmother when they were teenagers, and they were inseparable from that day on. She was his lifelong companion. Nice that.
Yes.
It's hard to find a well-matched couple nowadays.
And what about your stepfather?
My stepfather?
Your mother's husband.
Oh, I don't think of him as a stepfather. I just call him Donald or Don.
What can you tell me about Donald?
He's a hairdresser too.
Oh,
Like I said, all hairdressers. Now, if you ever need a haircut, you know who to call.
Hi there. I lost count of how many hairdressers there are in Mr. Little's family. His grandfather, his uncle, his father's cousin, and his stepfather, and of course him. Well, I think this is the perfect opportunity to talk about family. This time we're going to look at all the family members outside the immediate nucleus. So let's say that the immediate family members are the parents, mother and father, and brother and sister. Now the extended family. Let's go in chronological order. We'll start with the older family members first. The grandparents, your mother and father's parents. Your grandfather and grandmother. Going down one generation to your parents' brothers and sisters, your mother or father's brother is your uncle, and your mother or father's sister is your aunt. Do you have any aunts or uncles? I have 2 aunts on my mother's side, my mother's sisters, and an aunt and an uncle on my father's side, and I have a lot of cousins. My cousins are my aunts and uncles' children. I have 5 cousins. I also have 3 nephews and 1 niece. They are my brothers and sisters' children. Mr. Little doesn't have any brothers or sisters, so he doesn't have any nephews or nieces. Do you? I like being an uncle. My little niece Sophie loves me, and I play football in the park with my nephews. Now, what about the members of the family you acquire through marriage? When you get married, your husband's or wife's family becomes your family-in-law, and the members of your family become his or her in-laws. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law. For example, my brother is married. His wife is my sister-in-law. I'm her brother-in-law. If your parents get married again, the person they marry is your stepfather or stepmother, and their children are your stepbrothers and or stepsisters. Mr. Little's mother has a new husband. He's Mr. Little's stepfather, although he says he doesn't really think of him as his stepfather. What does he say about his uncle? He says they get on like a house on fire. That means they have a good relationship. They get on very well. What about his grandfather? He was affectionate and loyal. He and his wife, Mr. Little's grandmother, were inseparable, lifelong companions. Ray's right. It's not easy to find such well-matched couples. Two people who are perfect together. Well, that's it for now. See you again soon.